everybody. Today is what's today? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. If you speak on how I look, you're fake as fuck. Anyway, today we're talking about acceptance. I don't know. I kind of like these videos. I like talking about things that are on my mind, especially when it's like relevant, like it's happening right now, because I feel that speaking on things and talking and blah 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 is really good for your emotional regulation and feeling like there's others out there that understand how you feel. So that's why I just kind of vent and put all my business out there, because I know that there are other people that feel the same way. And even if there weren't, it's still a way to validate my feelings by speaking them and talking about it and not pretending like it's not happening. And when I say accepting, I mean like accepting myself, because I think a lot of people say that they love themselves and then there are just things that hold them back. So I'm going to speak on me, and I'm going to speak on the things that I've done that kind of contradict the idea of self-acceptance. Sorry. I just got I didn't just this morning. I got a cavity filled, so my mouth is moving a little bit weird. I'm not speaking correctly. Um, and I have a ginger ale. I have it. See? Wow, I'm matching with the straw. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, self acceptance. Also, vacuum, couch. I'm in my apartment. Like, I don't know what you want. I think self acceptance is more than just like, I love how I look and accepting that, because that's important to eventually accept the way you look and to love the things that you used to hate about yourself, or that you thought were insecurities, or that are still insecurities, to try and move past that and to accept that. But I feel like when people talk about self-love, they leave out the part where you have to reflect in your soul. Like, you have to think about the kind of person that you are, because you can love how you look, and you can love how you dress, and you can love how you carry yourself, but how do you treat people? How do you handle situations? And how do you carry yourself through the day, like mentally? So I want to say, like, a couple months back, I was having a huge issue with my sexuality and where I stood in my career and the friends that I had, everything. Like, I was going through everything and just constantly contemplating, is that a word? I was constantly overthinking, being dramatic, and questioning every little thing about life, because I didn't love anything but the way that I looked. But this is not about how I look. I'm speaking on personality, soul, all of that. Like, your inside, how you are, like who you are. I was just constantly wondering if I was in the right spot, if there was a reason that I only had a couple friends versus the groups that I had before. And I spoke about this in another video. If it was me, I would just constantly wonder what was wrong. Like, I thought that it had to be me. Also, I got my septum pierced. I don't know if you guys clocked that. I've been moving it like back and forth because that's how you heal it. But this shit hurts sometimes, like bad. So, anyway. So yeah, just the constant going back and forth and wondering if who I was is enough for somebody, not just romantically, but in a friendship. And now I've been painting, writing a book, making music, doing things that I used to do that I stopped doing because I was too busy, or that they took too much time and I just wanted to relax. I stopped doing those things because I thought that they were inconveniencing me. But I thought I obviously wasn't paying attention to the fact that it was feeding my soul, that being able to sit down and paint something so dumb that it actually looked horrible really made me feel better. Like, it made me feel human. Being able to write a story on something that I may never publish makes me feel like I'm on Earth, like I'm on this planet for a reason. And I think a big thing is when we talk about self-love, It's always about how you physically look. But if you're looking on your inside and you love who you are and how you interact with other people and the goals that you have in life, then everything else will come with it. Like, everything will come with it, because even if you like how you look physically, like how I did before, and that's all that I seem to like, I was so mentally behind and I was so mentally disturbed because I felt like I wasn't enough. I liked how I looked, but what else did I have to offer? You know, and this doesn't mean that I didn't have a personality, that I didn't have goals. They just didn't align with me, and they were so half-assed because I was so worried about what I looked like. And that's not enough. You have to reflect and you have to think about yourself. So when I talk about self-acceptance and when I speak on loving who you are as a person, it's deeper than how you look. I think that's the main goal, like the main idea of this, because I don't want to sound snobby and then like, oh, I loved how I look. I was obsessed with myself. But it's true. And I think obsessed over how I looked, and I loved how I looked so much because that was the only thing that I liked about myself. That was the only thing that I could genuinely appreciate. It's kind of sad because I'm making it sound bad. Like, well, it is bad. I'm making it sound worse because I did do my best to be a good person and whatever, but I was so focused on everything else, like everybody else. I wasn't pouring into myself at all, like whatsoever. I was worried about being a good friend, being a good sibling, being a good daughter, doing all this and that, but I forgot I had to be a good person for myself, because at the end of the day, if I don't like who I am, it's gonna run out. I'm not gonna always be able to be a good person for other people because I don't, like, I'll stop caring. And I don't know if that's normal, but I feel like it is, to just kind of just stop caring about who you are because you don't like yourself, you know? So yeah, that's accepting change, not accepting change. That was my last video, accepting yourself, self-love, however you want to. I kind of hate the term self-love. I just feel like it's so shallow. It's so shallow. Whenever I think of self-love, I think of people that are describing how they look, and it's always so much deeper than that. It's always gonna be deeper than that, because you can love how you look, but who are you as a person? So yeah, that's that. I forgot the second half. Okay, so I just went back and looked at like the first half of the video. Basically, to round this video off, what I'm saying is loving yourself is so much deeper than your physical. That's it. That's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm getting at. The rant is that I loved how I looked so much that I forgot that my physical, or my emotional, and my soul was equally, if not more important. But again, I think the obsession that I had with how I looked was a way to self-soothe, because that's all I had. I don't think I've ever said these words out loud. I don't think I've ever genuinely clocked myself like that. That hits deep. That shit hits deep. And it really wakes you up, and it's reality. Anyway, I now am working on myself better, like working every day on myself and all this, because I've never gone on my way to be a bad person to other people. And I feel like I'm trying to over explain that, but I'm not going to keep explaining it. Like, that's just what it is. But I'm now learning to figure out who I want to be and who I want my soul, what I want my soul to look like, you know? I'm becoming more spiritual in a way of relaxing and just being in touch with myself. Like, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be dramatic sometimes. It's okay to be overly happy when other people aren't excited, because that's just who you are, and that's okay. It really is. So I don't know if I was just talking in circles this whole video, but I just wanted to pull out the camera because I have not posted in 2 weeks, and that's not the goal. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to post weekly. So if I realize that the weekly thing is too much because I'm doing a lot right now, I might switch to bi-weekly, but I want it to be consistent. So after this video, I'm going to do some reflecting and I'm going to look at my schedule and see if bi-weekly is more realistic than weekly, you know? Anyway, I'm going to attempt to eat something whole. I just had some broccoli cheddar soup. That shit was fire. And that's it. I hope that you guys have a good night. I hope that you guys have a good day. Good night, good day, wherever, what time. I just hope that it's great. I will see you guys next week.